Sorry.
I told you, don't touch me, yeah?
Go on.
Yeah,
So you're trespassing, you need to leave the building. You're trespassing.
Okay, you're asking me to leave, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, if you ask me to leave,
That's fine.
I'll leave.
Yeah, that's
yeah?
fine. I appreciate that.
Okay, no problem. But
All
you
good.
need to, I want to see this one's SIA licence before I do leave.
I am security here, so please
No, I
go
want to
outside.
see his SIA licence before I do
Let's
leave.
just do it outside the building.
I prefer to do it here
I know you
because he's...
prefer to do it, but I've asked
I
you to
know,
leave the
but
building.
he's come to me in a security manner. He's laid his hands on me twice, and I've asked him not to do this. He's put his hands on me twice. So I'd like to see
I just said to you that please
So
go
I would like to
outside.
see his SIA licence if possible.
We can
yeah?
do this outside. Come, let's.
Please.
I'd like to see his SIA licence if
It's right
possible.
here,
yeah?
it's right here.
No, from him, please. Yeah.
Ninterveh, the auditor, attempts to move through another area of the hotel, and unconfirmed security guard blocks. His path initially the auditor complies, but he quickly notices that the guard isn't, displaying an SIA badge which is legally required for. Private security, this raises an immediate concern. If the guard is operating without a visible licenses, he even legally allowed to be performing security duties under the Private Security Industry Act 2001, all security personnel in a public-facing role must be SIA licensed and visibly display their badge while on duty. Failure to do so is a criminal offense, and any security guard without an active license has no legal authority to use force or physically intervene with anyone since the guard refuses to provide proof of his certification. His legal status remains unconfirmed. If he's indeed licensed, there should be no issue in presenting his badge.
We can do this outside.
Show it to me then.
Please go outside. Please,
Look,
please come with
I
me.
come here
Do we have
today.
your documentation?
Sorry.
Do we have the documentation?
Please bring a camera, please.
Right.
If these people are walking around in a security manner, their SIA licence must be on display at all times, and that protects these people.
But this isn't a public
Yeah.
space, this is a private space.
This is a public space.
This is a private space.
No, it's not. It's a hotel.
No, it's not
Yeah.
a hotel.
It is a hotel.
No, it's not. It's
No,
a place of residency for people. It's a private premises.
Oh, okay.
Regardless of whether the location is private or public, that doesn't change the legal requirements. For security personnel, if security staff are performing duties in a public-facing role, such as interacting with visitors, restricting access, or physically intervening with individuals, they must still be properly licensed and display their SAA badge. The fact that the location is privately owned does not override UK security laws. SIA licensing requirements apply regardless of whether the security is working in a hotel shopping center or any other private establishment that deals with...
It was a hotel.
No, it used to be a hotel.
Still is.
No, it used to be a hotel.
Still is.
It used to be a hotel.
still
Anyway,
is.
can I ask you to leave, please?
When I see his SIA licence, I'll leave.
Well, if you don't leave now, we'll call the police.
That's okay. Call him.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to now ask you to leave. I'm going to put my hands on you and ask you to leave.
You won't, because you ain't got an SIA licence, so I'll take your arm off me.
Oh, you
Which
get
I'm
your
allowed
hand,
to do.
you get your arm off me.
Which I'm allowed to do.
No, you're not.
Do not touch me. You're not a security officer.
No, I'm not.
You've got no
No, that's
authority
right. I have. I've
to
got
be
authority to the
touching me.
hotel.
You do not have authority to touch.
Sorry? Well, you don't have the authority to
You
stay
are
here.
in my personal space
You're in my
now.
personal space. I
Yes, I'm
suggest
going
you
to ask you
leave.
to.
This is where the hypocrisy kicks in as the auditor asserts his right to personal space. The hotel staff member childishly copies him. He was the one who initiated physical contact, yet now he's trying to flip the narrative under UK law, only licensed security. Personnel have the authority to physically intervene in the security capacity. Unlicensed individuals, including general hotel staff, do not have the legal power to use force or make physical contact in a way that could be seen as restraint or removal. Any unjustified physical contact could potentially amount to common assault under Section 39 of the Criminal Justice Act, 1988.
Is from anybody without no identification. Until you show me.
Okay, I'm in charge of the hotel.
I'm not
so
interested in you, Jeff.
I know you're not interested.
I'm not interested in you, Jeff. I'm interested in the security guys that are putting their hands on me without no SIA licences. That's what I'm interested in, yeah?
No, they did that because you entered the building without authority.
No, you have to show, if these people are...
We don't have to show
Yes, you do.
You're
You
in
do.
private premises.
You do.
You entered the property without authority.
For my personal space is too bad. I'm not going to take no directives from anybody without no identification until you show me. Okay, I'm in charge of the hotel. I'm not interested in you, Jeff. You're not interested. I'm not interested in you, Jeff. I'm interested in these security guys that are putting their hands on me without no SIA licenses. That's what I'm interested in. No, they did that. Because you enter the building, you have to show if these people we don't have to claiming that this is private property does not override the legal obligation to show an SIA license. If this were true, it would mean any private establishment could use unlicensed security without regulation, which is clearly not the case whether it's a hotel, shopping center, or nightclub. C licensing laws still apply if security staff are engaging with the public in any enforcement capacity at this point. Security staff are clearly avoiding the request, raising the question if they're fully licensed. Why not just show the badge and settle the issue? Their refusal only makes them look more suspicious and cast doubt on whether they are actually qualified to be working security in the first place.
That's not how this works. We just come in a private residence where it says no authority.
Buddy, calm down.
We don't get to calm down.
Listen, stop
I'm
it.
frustrated with you, that's why.
Oh, listen, no need to get angry, Giz. If you're going to get angry with me, you shouldn't be looking after these people, should you? Yeah?
So what's your beef? Let me get this right. What is your beef? Why are you here?
My beef?
Yeah, why are you here?
Well, so basically, I go around, I document these hotels, I speak to a couple of the migrants in the hotels, I get a few interviews, a few statements, find out how they're being treated in the hotels, if security are doing their jobs properly.
And what authority do you have to do this?
I'm a member of the public.
Yeah, but this is a private residence. You can't just enter here. This isn't a public
This
space.
is funded by the taxpayer, yeah?
I know how it's funded.
So it's funded by me.
And us.
Yes,
And me.
exactly.
The auditor's argument is completely valid. Many migrant hotels in the UK are funded by the taxpayer through government contracts, typically overseen by the Home Office and private firms like Serco. Or Clear Springs Ready Homes, under Freedom of Information and Public Interest principles. Taxpayers have a legitimate right to scrutinize how their money is being spent, especially on government-funded accommodations. Reports from various news sources and government briefings confirm that the UK government spends millions per day housing asylum seekers in hotels with funding drawn from public taxes. If these facilities are receiving government money, then they are subject to public interest scrutiny, and filming them from public areas or even engaging with residents is not illegal if the government is using public funds to run an operation. Then the public has every right to question, report, and document what's happening. The only reason these staff are uncomfortable is because the auditor is challenging the lack of transparency in a system that many would prefer remains unexamined.
But I'm not going to be leaving.
What credentials do you need for me to leave?
So I'd like to see your SIA license first, please.
Well, I'm not there, am I?
No? So you've got no authority then? Your security guards, no SIA licenses on display. So in theory, they're not really security at the moment. I don't know where you got them from.
You have no right to ask this question.
Yes, I do, mate. You do listen. Be very careful what you say, yeah?
Of addressing this serious concern, one of the unconfirmed security members dismisses the auditor's request, saying, "You have no right to ask this question. This statement is not only false, but also completely illogical. If security officers aren't required to show their badge, then how is anyone supposed to know whether they are legally authorized to do the job? The whole purpose of displaying an SIA license is to prove to the public that security personnel are properly trained and legally accredited. Without it, they are just random individuals dressed to security with no verifiable authority. If a police officer stops someone and refuses to show a warrant card, that would immediately raise red flags. So why should security be any different? The public has a right to know whether the person enforcing authority over them is legally allowed to do so.
You know trespassing is civil matter, yeah? You know not displaying your SIA license is a criminal matter, yeah? So that's where you need to be keeping up with the law, I suppose. I'm leaving. I'm just looking at the boards and I'm leaving.
Which way are you going?
I'm going to the boards. But you won't. Don't touch me.
Don't you touch
It's all
me.
on camera, Guy.
Sorry?
Jeff, it's all on camera, mate,
Oh,
yeah?
big deal. Did you have any worried about them?
Go sit from this way. Please go outside.
Sir, can you
Please,
have
please,
right
please
now,
go
yeah?
outside.
He's actually taking too long. Can you leave?
Can
leave the restaurant?
you stop them?
Can you leave the
Yeah.
restaurant?
Can you stop
Please.
these, please? Yeah?
Stop.
Please go outside.
Time
Please
for
go
no
outside.
reason. Leave.
Right, you just hit me with a chair.
Please go
You just hit
outside.
me with a chair.
Can you?
Call the police.
Things take a shocking turn in a desperate attempt to physically restrict the auditor from moving. One of the unconfirmed security guards hits him with a chair. This isn't just unprofessional, it's outright assault. What makes this even? Worse, these security staff still haven't shown their SAA badges at this point. They are not just acting unlawfully by failing to display proper accreditation. They are now resorting to violence to control the situation under Section 39 of the Criminal Justice Act 1988. Any unlawful physical contact that causes harm or distress can be classified as common assault. Security personnel, even when properly licensed, do not have the right to use force unless justified, and hitting someone with a chair is nowhere near justified.
Stop it.
Grow up.
Call the police.
Please go outside.
Call the police.
Grow up.
Call the police. You just hit me with a chair.
You got phone, you call the police.
Yeah, you just hit me with a
You
chair.
got phone, you call the police.
Call the police.
You got phone, you
What
call
are we
the
doing
police.
this for?
I've just been assaulted.
Call the police.
You
then.
just hit me with
Call
a chair.
the police then. You got a
We did
phone.
not hit you with a chair.
Okay.
Call the police then. You got a phone.
Please go
Alright.
outside. Please
So
go
maybe
outside.
maybe I don't have a phone.
Oh, well,
Please
have
go
police then,
outside.
then. We don't have a phone.
Oh, you do because you just rung them.
We've been called here,
Yeah,
okay? So
okay.
I'm meeting your description, so a green jacket on,
Yeah.
with a face covering on,
Yeah.
your hood up, okay?
Yeah.
Has been seen to come in here and be aggressive towards staff.
No,
that's essentially what we've been
that's not
called.
true, mate.
Throughout the entire interaction, asking valid legal questions and challenging, the security staff's failure to provide proof of licensing at no point has acted unlawfully or used force. In STK contrast, the security staff have escalated the situation by physically restricting the auditor, placing hands on him, and even resorting to violence by hitting him with a chair, by calling the police with a misleading report. These security staff are clearly trying to shift blame onto the auditor and paint him as the aggressor, rather than acknowledging their...
It's open. I walked in, even though trespassing is a civil matter. Yeah, so
Yeah,
not
no,
go too much
I
into
totally
that.
understand.
Yeah.
If the building's open, you've gone in there. Yeah, I get
Exactly.
that.
I made every effort to leave.
Okay.
They was getting in my way, restricting my movement.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Did they say anything to you? Why?
No.
No? Okay.
And then one of them hit me with a chair.
Hit you with a chair?
Yeah,
Okay, whereabouts?
in the leg,
Okay, what, in your left leg?
in my left leg.
Which one hit you with the chair?
The little one, I just said to him, don't go anywhere.
Oh, the lad who...
Yeah, I said to him, don't go anywhere.
Whereabouts was that? Was it inside or outside?
Inside, yeah. What you should be saying is, yeah, really and truthfully, yeah, you've got people here that are parading a security. I don't see one SIA licence, not one. Yeah, so technically, don't really have to follow any directives from these people anyway, you know, because they're not, they're not, to me, they're just the same as anybody else, aren't they?
I suppose, switching that though, if that was just members of staff in a shop, they're
Still
telling you
has to-
asked to leave, they don't have to have an SIA licence, they're just asking you to leave the premises. It's the hotel,
This-
isn't it?
Yeah, but
It's
he is,
establishment.
he has already identified himself as security.
Has he said that to you?
Yes. I want to see this one's SIA licence before I do
Yeah,
leave.
I am security here, so please
No, I
go
want to
outside.
see his SIA licence before I do
We're
leave.
just right outside the building.
They all said that, yeah, that they are security. So therefore, it's actually a criminal offence, by the way, yeah, for security not to be displaying their SIA licence while they're doing security roles.
This isn't just a minor issue, it's a serious legal violation. Under the Private Security Industry Act 2001, the purpose of the CIA licensing system is to ensure that only properly trained and vetted individuals are allowed to enforce security measures and use force when necessary. Without an SA badge on display, there is no way to verify if the so-called security staff are even qualified to be doing this job. Instead of being focused on a false accusation of aggression, the police should be investigating why these individuals are working security roles without the proper legal credentials. This point, the auditor has completely flipped the narrative, forcing the police to confront the real legal issue happening in front of them.
some people don't have SIA licenses that are in charge of security there, i.e. Tesco.
Go to every Tesco,
Not
the
every
security guard will have an SIA license on his
Security
arm.
guard will, but somebody
Yes.
acting in the role as security won't.
But
I
if
used
you
to
want
work for
to,
Tesco.
if you want to start crossing hairs,
I'm just saying, so they might not be security guards, they might be employed as security for the site.
if they are classed as security for the site,
And other major supermarkets, dedicated security staff, those who monitor for shoplifters, enforce restrictions, or physically intervene, must be SIA licensed. They are employed through private security firms or directly contracted by Tesco and other retail chains, and their badges must be visible at all times while on duty. The only exception would be store employees who are not officially security, but may oversee general loss prevention. However, they are not legally allowed to engage in physical interventions or enforce security measures in the way that licensed security can. The key difference is job function. If someone's role involves enforcing, security restricting movement, or using physical force, they must be SIA license. The security staff at the hotel are actively detaining, restricting, and even assaulting the auditor, meaning they are performing licensable activities and must have their badges displayed.
need to come and put their hands on a member of the public. They must hold that SIA license. Yeah. If they don't hold it, then it's classed as assault.
Not necessarily.
Of course it is.
Not under common law.
No,
Of course it is.
you've got common law, okay, which is use in force, okay, and that's an everyone power. And then you've got Section 3 Criminal Law Act, which essentially allows someone to prevent an offence occurring.
So
Okay, again,
under what year? Section 3? Because there's 2 years for Section 3, isn't there?
what, Section 3 Criminal Law Act?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I don't know the year.
You don't know the
but
year?
I don't need to know that to know that the
Oh,
powers.
you do know. You
I
do
do
need to
know.
know that you do, buddy.
Somebody to come and put their hands on a member of the public, they must hold that, so the SIA license, yeah. If they don't hold it, then the class is assault, not necessarily the common law. No, you got common law, okay? Which is used in falsificate. And that's an everyone power. And then you've got Section 3 Criminal Law Act, which essentially allows someone to prevent an offense occurring. So under what year Section 3? Because there's 2 years for Section 3, isn't there? What's Section 3 criminal law, right? Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I don't know the year. I don't need to know that you do know. You do need to know. You do 14.
We can't do anything.
No, that's okay. I've not reported no crime, have I?
You said you were hit with a chair.
Yeah, I didn't say I'm reporting it though, did I?
You've
But when you
reported it when you
disclose-
disclose it to
Yeah,
police
you
officers.
Disclose
Yeah,
it,
that-
please.
that doesn't
It's no
matter.
if you go to a domestic and it says my partner's punched me in the face last week.
Yeah.
You know, I can't just go, oh, you're reporting that. Well, no.
Well, I'm not reporting anyway.
Okay, but you've disclosed an offence to us.
That doesn't matter, buddy, yeah? What's your name?
I'm PC Dow.
PC Dow?
PC Dow,
And you're-
A1217.
Yeah, where you based at?
I'm based at Chelmsford.
And yourself?
PC Swim Bank 79850, also
Yeah.
Chelmsford.
Okay.
Alright, so what my colleagues are doing.
One thing I've noticed that you're both recording me.
Yep, it's not a
Yeah.
sub-search, okay?
No, but you
We're here
should
with
have-
evidential.
Place.
Yeah, but you should be telling the member of the public that
We're in
you're
a public
recording.
place. You're also recording as well, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's in your policy.
It's in a public place.
It's
If
in
a
your
private
policy.
place, we would come in and tell you.
It's in your policy.
However,
Yeah.
what we're saying is you've reported a crime to
It's
us, which
in
you're
your
right is being
listen,
recorded.
It's in your policy
Okay.
to tell a member of the public that you're recording them at the earliest opportunity.
Police officer is correct that force can be used under common law and Section 3 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, which allows any person, including civilians, to use reasonable force to prevent a crime or defend themselves or others. This does not justify unlicensed security using force in a professional capacity. Since they are not lawfully recognized as security officers, they are acting as civilians, meaning any physical intervention without lawful reason is not security enforcement. It is potentially unlawful physical contact or assault the officer further exposes. High zone lack of knowledge when the auditor asks what year Section 3 and he responds, I don't know that this is significant because there are 2 different criminal law acts, 1967 and 1977, and if an officer cannot even specify which law they are citing, it raises serious doubts about whether they fully understand the powers they are trying to justify.
They are all SIA licensed, and I've told them they need to be wearing them.
Yeah,
All right,
so-
so that's been raised with them.
Okay,
All right.
so I would like to see this guy's, the little chubby one. I would like to see the number on his SIA license because I would like to make a complaint to the SIA. So that's the long number there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers. But with regards to your leg, sir, would you like to report anything?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
We'll try and get this all dealt with, and then yeah, it should be good. All right.
Yeah.
No worries.
The auditor quickly picks up on another issue, pointing out that both officers are recording the interaction, but never informed him, the officer. Tries to brush it off, saying it's not a stop and search, as if that somehow exempts them from following protocol under the College of Policing Body Video Guidance Officers. Must inform individuals at the earliest opportunity that they are being recorded, unless doing so would compromise safety or an investigation. The purpose of this rule is to ensure transparency and allow individuals to know when they are on camera, as BWV footage can be used. As evidence, the officer's excuse that it's not a stop and search is completely irrelevant, as BWV guidelines apply to all public interactions, not just stop and searches. The auditor takes down his license number, making it clear that he intends to file a complaint with the SIA, and rightfully so. If the guard was licensed all along, why did it take this much resistance and escalation just to confirm it? This entire situation was avoidable if the security staff had simply displayed their SIA badges as required by law from the beginning. There would have been no need for this confrontation. Instead, they chose to withhold their credentials, use physical force without justification, and even assault the auditor with a chair. The biggest failure here lies in accountability. The hotel allowed security to operate without visible verification. The so-called security staff resorted to unlawful physical intervention, and when police arrived, they immediately framed the auditor as the aggressor. Instead of investigating the actual legal violations happening right in front of them, had the security staff acted lawfully from the start, none of this would have happened. The fact that the auditor had to push this far just to get a legal confirmation speaks volumes about the lack of accountability in both private security and policing. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. Also, don't forget to check out AI Audit's Heist channel, is linked in the description. Show him some love. Thanks for watching. This was the Audit, and I'll see you in the next one.